Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a quick math lesson, and this is actually kind of getting back to the basics. I started the channel out of a bunch of excitement, and I went into some math problems, and then I kind of glossed over how to actually cancel units out, something I kind of took for granted that people would know. But I want to get this out there because I think it'll help people understand a little bit more. And this is also for a broader audience. I'm going to use wastewater and drinking water specific numbers in the conversions, but this can be inches, this can be feet, this can be whatever you need it to be. And so if you're out there and you're not in our industry and you're looking for an easy way to convert units, this is for you too. Okay. And for the people that are wastewater professionals and drinking water professionals, I'm going to do another video probably later this week. And we're going to do the pounds formula without the Davidson pi, and we're going to use this methodology, and I'm going to show you how it works on that level. But for everybody, the broader audience, this is totally for everybody, okay? Not just drinking water and wastewater treatment people. So the conversion factor method consists of taking the number you're trying to convert to another unit. In this case, the very first problem we're going to be converting cubic feet to gallons. Okay, and the conversion factor for those who are unaware is 1 cubic foot equals 7.48 gallons. Okay, we're going to convert this 100 cubic feet to gallons by writing them as fractions and then canceling the units out relative to where the unit lands on the fraction. Okay, so what you do is you take the number from the math problem. In this case, I'm going to ask you to convert 100 cubic feet to gallons. I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to put a number 1 underneath it because that's turning it into a fraction. And that is the same, saying that mathematically is the same thing as writing 100 cubic feet. Whenever you divide something by 1, it's that same thing. The 100 divided by 1 is 100. Okay? But I need a fraction in order for this to work because this needs to be on top of something. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my conversion factor. In this case, it's going to be 1 cubic foot equals 7.48 gallons, and you can write that as a fraction. It would either be 1 cubic foot over 7.48 gallons, or as you see how I've written it here, 7.48 gallons over 1 cubic foot. It just depends on how you need it to show up. And how you determine how you need it to show up is by putting the unit you need on the top, okay? And the unit you're trying to get rid of on the bottom, because when you do this method, if there's a unit on the top, this is called the numerator, the top, and there's a unit that matches it on the bottom, the denominator, they cancel out, okay? The cubic feet disappears into the ether, and you're left with this unit on top, okay? So the other thing you do is you multiply across the top, and you divide across the bottom, all right? And that will give you the number you need. Okay, so let's work this first one out. Get your calculator out. I'm going to kind of demonstrate this. 100 cubic feet times 7.48 gallons divided by 1. And at first, maybe you exercise the divided by 1 thing, but eventually you'll just drop that because you'll realize that it's kind of a waste of time. Whenever you divide something by 1 or multiply something by 1, it's the same number you already had, okay? So in this case, it'll be 100 cubic feet times 7.48 gives us, try to write sideways here, 748 gallons. Okay, and the cubic feet, you do that too. The cubic feet, they cancel out, and you're left with 748 gallons, and you're done converting to gallons. Pretty simple, not hard. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to convert back to cubic feet. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to show you how this works with dividing. 748 gallons times my conversion factor of 1 cubic feet per 7.4 gallons. You see, I can write it both ways. It's just an expression of that equals right here. So it's 1 cubic foot per 7.48 gallons. It's also 7.4 gallons per 1 cubic foot, depending on what you need. I know I'm beating the drum on that, but I want to be clear that you can flip those any way you need to make your conversion work. But remember, the unit you need should be on the top because you're canceling these units out. When a unit on the denominator matches a unit on the numerator or the top, they go bye-bye. So 748, you multiply across the top, times 1 is 748, divided by 7.48 gives us 100, and we're left with cubic feet. 100 cubic feet. So we just converted back from that original 100 cubic feet. Okay, any questions about this, please put it in the comments below. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it with a longer math problem. And by the way, these can get really long. When you get into like higher level math, you could have a page of this and you just start bam, 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 knocking units out, and then you multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. I'm going to show you a smaller version of that. Sorry, multiply across the top, divide across the bottom. My mouth got faster than my brain there. So 100,000 cubic feet is, we're going to convert to mg. For those of you who are unfamiliar with wastewater and drinking water math, 1 mg equals 1 million gallons. Okay, there's a reason we do that. And if you're a wastewater professional, you know why. And if you're not, don't worry about it. This is important for some other math equations. Excuse me, we're going to convert, the problem I'm doing here is I'm converting 100,000 cubic feet to mg. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write out 100,000 cubic feet divided by 1 to create my fraction. And then I need to think, oh, I'm going to convert to gallons, right? So what do I need? I need my 1 cubic foot to 7.48 gallon ratio, or conversion factor rather. So 7.48 gallons over 1 cubic foot, because gallons is what I want. I want to get rid of cubic feet. And then now I need to take it to mg. 1 mg per 1 million gallons. Why did I put mg on the top? That's the one I want to keep. And gallons is what I'm trying to get rid of. I have a gallons right there. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cross anything that matches on the numerator and denominator, top and the bottom, out, gallons, gallons. And what does that leave me with? Mg, right? So 100,000, put it in your calculator. 100,000 times 7.48 divided by a million, you should get 0.748 mg, or 0.75 mg. If I was sitting for an exam, I would round that up to 0.75 mg probably. But yeah, that's how you do it. Pretty easy. And I hope this helped people. And like I said, for the wastewater folks, I'm going to do another one where we actually break down the pounds formula, and you can see how the units actually cancel out and why we're able to do the Davidson pi to bypass this. But and how the units actually work. But for now, I think this is helpful for people. If you have a better way of explaining this, please put it in the comments below. This is a mathematical law, so it's not that anything here is, you know, if I didn't explain it right, that's the issue is me, not the math. The math works. But if you, you know, kind of saw a flaw in my description of this, please put it in the comments below. I think it will help a lot of people. All right, that's all I got for you. Have a great day, everybody.